It's Nolan. We've also got to deal with Metro Boomin now coming out and speaking about the cease and desist, which is why this video is called Cease or Persist. Because with the cease and desist letter being out, with the They Not Like Us record out, does Kendrick cease? Does the beef cease? Does everybody go their separate ways and try to recover the best that they can? And when I'm talking about recover, we're talking about Drake. Recover the best way they can, or does Kendrick persist and keep dropping and keep swinging at this nigga top? I don't know. We're going to have to see. But one person who we know is not letting up at this moment, again, is Metro Boomin. Let's get into the whole cease and desist letter. Right? So this letter was sent April 1st, 2024 at 5:19 p.m. This letter was sent from Universal Republic to Epic Records. Epic Records is where Future is signed to. Republic is where Drake is signed, and also Metro Boomin. Right? So this letter goes to, it says, external sender, hey Becca. Per our conversation last week, we are not granting radio rights for Like That. Epic Records does not have the right to release this song at radio. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation, right? So putting it on blast, these niggas are reaching out, calling to people, saying, it's no way y'all can send this out. We're not co-signing it. We're not allowing it. We're not sanctioning it. You're not getting clearance. So even though, of course, on the internet, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, the file sharing motherfuckers, you know, all of these outlets that we use, the record went #1 just with that. But looking at this cease and desist for radio, that's a big thing, because not only is Drake signed to Republic, but Metro is. So you're willing to cut off the hand of one of your own artists for the benefit of Drake, right? Drake is the big man. Drake is the big investment. We just paid this motherfucker $400 million 2 years ago. And that money is an investment into his future and our future, because he's the biggest artist on the label. The money that he brings in and produces off of everything that he does, the collabs, the music, the tours, the relationships, he's able to galvanize people together and get other artists popping. So we're expecting big returns on the investment into Drake. We cannot have this record that's already becoming a behemoth online and in the culture to go out to all of these fucking radio stations. You got to think of the corporations at play in radio. Although we may not look at them as valid as they used to be, that's a hell of a lot of radio stations when you start looking at Cumulus. You start looking at motherfucking iHeart Radio. You start looking at Radio 1 and all these motherfuckers, man. Like, think of 50 states in the U.S., right? And all the little cities, all the little towns connected with radio, and everybody got their own little station. And then there's the major stations, and then the subsidiaries that play what's on the major stations on a smaller channel. People on their drive time in the morning, afternoon, going to lunch, coming home from work, that ain't trying to choose what they want to listen to. They might turn on the show on radio to be, you know, fed the programming. This stuff still yields great results. It's programming. Not to mention, that's money, right? Because you hear it on the radio, it may influence you to go buy the record or stream the record. Not to mention, radio produces royalties for the songwriters on the songs to get paid on the back end as well. So that's also cutting off people's water. All for the protection of Drake. Now, Metro's not letting up any further. He's going in on a few different levels. Let's get to that. All right, give me a second. So here on Twitter, we've got Metro Boomin here, and he's got this hashtag colonizer showing Drake calling Toronto slang ignorant at a fancy dinner. Now, as you can see in this imagery here, this is a young Drake. We don't know if this is teenage or, you know, early adult Drake. He still has that wheelchair Jimmy aesthetic reeking off his skull and his look, you know what I'm saying? But he's out on some sort of date or with friends. But they say he's calling Toronto slang ignorant at a fancy dinner with these white kids. Let's see what they got going on.
It was candlelight, it was really dark, really romantic. Got to know them much better, so it was fun. Do you have like your words up there that like kind of funky and weird?
The guys at our school, instead of addressing people like the group, like saying like, what are you guys doing? Say man's like you. It's really weird. Yeah, so man's like you are going to that and then just means like the group.
Crew.
That's interesting.
It's not. It's really ignorant.
What about rude? That's rude.
No.
That's a good thing. That's fat. That's dope.
Yeah, I hear that.
These are old school, like.
Yeah, it was old school.
Now, I do want to go ahead and take this moment. I remember a couple folks weeks ago talking about that Drake used to have a Canadian accent. I never really paid attention that he had a Canadian accent, but y'all definitely told me he did. I'm guessing that's the accent that y'all are talking about, that he no longer speaks in that same, tone or same way of forming his words or whatever, what have you. But as y'all can see in this video, he says, men's like you is ignorant. But in his adult years, when he goes and appropriates the British UK acts and goes and collabs with them and gets with them, he turns into the mans and all of this type of stuff. So I'm not saying as a person you can't grow, evolve, or change your perspective on things. But I am saying in hindsight, all of this information, these clips and videos going into your past, it does seem a little interesting. It does seem weird. It does seem like you're coming from an outsider standpoint and all of a sudden immersed yourself into the culture and transformed who you are. I think that's a very fair critique, whether you like Drake or not. I enjoy his music, but these are things that, when you are recorded, they're time stamped in history, and it's hard to sometimes scrub this stuff off the net. Perhaps his team would have been wise to do this, but here we are. But that ain't it. You scroll up here. Metro Boomin has, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more, colonizer. Right? Now, I showed y'all this video the other day of Drake using the word nigga with the ER. I believe he was talking about Cardinal Official. They were having their little beef. He's a Toronto legendary rapper. He came over to the States and worked with some big artists in the early to mid 2000s, late 90s type shit. And they had an exchange of words on wax. And this is where Drake just played himself all over again.
Off wherever, doing whatever, somewhere else. It just it bugged me, man. It bugged me because it was like somebody I looked up to at one point. It was somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He opened for Jay. He had records. He was killing them. He worked with Pharrell. He worked with the Clips.
And the fact that he was so high on Pharrell and the Clips, He opened for Jay. He worked with Pharrell. He worked with the Clips. Look at how times have changed. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this stuff. I know I showed it to y'all the other day, but as y'all can see, he was trying to get his swag together. He want to throw the Scully on with a little bit of lean, looking like Hove and gonna dust your shoulders off. You know what I'm saying? Woo, you gonna have to brush a lot more than your shoulders today, my brother. Ain't that about a bit? So then Metro Boomin comes here and puts freaky ass nigga. And this is an old clip of Drake acting where he grabbed a young man's ass. Now, I don't know what type of acting he was doing at this point in his career, doing these little weird ass vignettes of him being some type of booty warrior. But again, somebody probably should have done him a solid by scrubbing these videos from the net. There's another question that says, how does Drake even know that they played a weekend at gay bars in the first place? Metro Boomin says, come on now, you know why. Or excuse me, come on, you know how. Freaky ass nigga. Freaky ass nigga, you're a 69 god. Oh man, it's crazy how Kendrick has completely turned the tables, and this fucking They Not Like Us record did it. This is another clip where allegedly got, well, I ain't gonna say allegedly, they filmed this shit. So they positioned him as having gay porn in his locker, and the shit just fell the fuck out. I'm not gonna play the audio because it has some sounds on it, and I don't want to. Y'all know how I am about this copyright shit, man. But yeah, all these little tapes fell out the locker, and they like, "What the hell is you doing with this?" And if anyone is into that type of content, do you? No judgment. But it's just interesting that they had him playing these roles. I don't understand, if he was supposed to be on some dark comedy vibes, but the shit did not age well. He's got another video here. Looks like they could be in a studio, or they could be in a gay bar, possibly. I don't know. This is why Metro Boomin is saying it's way too late. So now people playing on his sexuality, which I don't want to expound on too much. I'm just showing y'all the content because I don't want to shame Drake based on his preference, if he likes men or not. From what I know, he doesn't. But if he does, do you? Shout out to Jinx. He says, gotta be honest, I heard always rapping like you trying to get the slaves freed, and was like, yeah, I might not want him saying the word either. So Metro Boomin reposted that on his timeline. We've got this photo here, freaky ass nigga, of Drake sitting on another man's lap. Looks like at a gathering among friends. And I won't hold this, over Drake too solidly, because I know people that would do this. You know what I'm saying? I've met people in my life that would take this type of photo, and it would just be something funny or comical amongst friends. But again, the aging of it in public eye, it's a different beast. He says, this shit's so easy because all I got to do is post shit that you already put out. Hashtag zesty man. Furthermore, he says, I know a nigga with lipo scars not trying to call me lame. And then we have this person about to get liposuction with a superimposed AI Drake face. It's crazy how AI has found its way into this beef and been one of the stars of the show. Damn. Oh, shit. Metro comes back and says, I know a nigga pushing 40 and painting his nails not trying to call me lame. Identity crisis hashtag. It's crazy. Metro comes back. Picture of Drake and Sexy Red. He's got his lips pursed out. He says, I believe you see two bad bitches. So he's taking all of Kendrick's lyrics and applying real life Drake scenarios that have played out in the public eye and said, hey, there's some validity to what Kendrick is saying. Now, this is definitely an effective dogpiling technique. But when it was on Meek Mill to get stomped out in the public eye, nobody cried. Nobody came to his aid. Everybody played the record the same way we're playing They Not Like Us, the same way as getting in the clubs, the TikToks, the sea walking videos, the blood walking videos. Like, this shit is viral on top of viral. And everybody loves the record. It seems like the only people that don't like the record is Drake fans. And even some of Drake fans got to give this shit up. Metro Boomin comes back with the blackface thing and says, I still can't believe these pictures are even real. It all makes sense now. Hashtag colonizer. He comes back. He says, the drum thing was laughable, so I let it slide. But what we not going to do is spread lies and have my loved ones involved. Nobody ever hit my girl, nigga. We grew up together. She's a real woman and not even in the industry, but I guess you wouldn't know nothing about that. Basically saying, look, when you said Metro shut up and make some drums, that was cool. I let it slide. You know, I'm a producer. You want to tell me shut up and make some drums? That's cool. No harm, no foul. You want to, you know what I mean? Caught a stray. But he says, whoever you're saying slid on my girl, because that's what Drake said in Family Matters, talking about how Metro got snaked out of his main squeeze. He's saying nobody ever did that. That never happened. She's a real woman. She's not even in the industry. So who would have taken my girl? And he's basically saying, you wouldn't know nothing about Dodd because all you do is chase industry women. Or those that are actually younger, you want to groom them into industry women as their industry girls. So please, fall back. That's, you know what I mean? That's Metro. This is another copy of the cease and desist. He says, I'm lame, but the first week after like that, you tried to block it at radio. I've been sitting on this email for a month now, but I was just sparing you. Oh, you ain't like that record? We just showed y'all the cease and desist. This is a screenshot from Family Matters video. And of course, it's the same guy wearing Pharrell's jewelry. And the lyrics say, a cease and desist is for hoes. Metro Boomin, he finds that very funny. Hashtag he's spiraling. Cease and desist is for hoes, but your label's out here sending them. So what would the label be? And they're on the same label. Ain't that about a bitch? Metro says, now go make another song telling more lies. Because we both know you can't tell everyone why I don't fuck with you. That wouldn't be a good look either for you. So I'm going to spare us both with that. Now, I find that to be a very interesting statement from Metro Boomin. Because what could it be that made Metro stop fucking with this man, but yet he does not even want to engage and tell the story, right? You're willing to allude towards it, but you're not willing to expound on it. For what reason? Is it that damning? Is it that egregious that you'd rather not speak on it? I'm not going to put no speculation on that. I'm sure y'all will, but it does come across and read as odd. Niggas are opening the floodgates. Now, Metro Boomin, remember a couple days ago, people said Metro Boomin was making a diss beat for Drake? Yeah, that's no longer a joke. He's got a new beat out called BBL Drizzy. He says, best verse over this gets a free beat. Just upload your song and hashtag BBL Drizzy beat giveaway, and you can enter the competition and hop on the beat. And if he likes, whoever he likes the most is going to get an actual free Metro Boomin beat for their creativity. Now, from what I understand, this beat samples King Willonious, who came out with the BBL Drizzy song that's been going viral on Twitter. He chopped it up and created a beat out of it. I'm going to go ahead and play the beat, right? And he says, best verse gets a beat on the house. Let's see what we got.
BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
What the fuck going on, y'all?
BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. I'm thicker than a snicker. I'm thicker than a ninja. Don't act like you don't know me. These hams deserve a trophy. Maybe it ain't no mystery. Got the best BBL in history. This cake will make you show up. I know you've seen this glow up as BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Whoa.
BBL Drizzy.
Hey.
BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Hold the fucking phone, people. Hold the phone. This beat actually slap. I got an idea. I think we're going to have to attack this. Y'all give me a moment. I'm going to come up with some shit. We finna have some motherfucking fun on Inside the Industry, baby. Let's get to the shits. We finna have this first time ever, new verse, Metro Boomin, J Nolan. Let's get to the shits, y'all. Yeah. It's Nolan. Fighting my demons, I'm fighting for freedom. Ain't focused on whips or no chains. Still getting better, I storm through the weather. I'm thinking about better my rain. Nigga been hating, they stealing the swag. They pressing my buttons, I'm finna go bad. I'm tucking the iron, I feel like I'm clad. You nigga can't fuck with my pen or my pad. Nah, putting my back to the wild, it's cool. I come with a post game. Heard they was talking before we got started. Let's see what they say at the post game. Love with my family with no shame. Gotta stay with my man, I'm like Tosain. I can kill me, rapper from close range. Nigga jelly, let's see when the toast rain. Got on my side, I'm letting them handle it. Counting my money, no management. This me no records, it's off with your head. It's like big worm in the cabinet. Look at my life and I've been through the struggle, no vigil, but I had them candles lit. Leading my people like catalyst. Slap a nigga then peel off the calluses. 28 grams of dope. Had to get on my hustle and flow. In the kitchen, I'm beating the table. I'm willing and able to come at your throat. Put on a beat, I'ma flow. No Jamaican, they call me to go. From the trenches, I'm rocking my crow. Flow is tremendous, now send me the boat.
Don't act like you don't know me.
Yeah. Don't act like y'all don't know, man. We be doing this shit for real over here, man. It's Nolan. Let's get We ain't gonna diss Drake though. I ain't got no personal problem with the nigga. I ain't trying to put the nail in his coffin. I'ma let Kendrick and all the powers that be do what the fuck they do. Hey, it's Nolan. Oh man, that was fun. First new rap on goddamn Inside the Industry. I had to write some shit and come to the table with it. If y'all see me looking down, it's because my phone got the rhyme on it. But we came up with that in just a couple minutes. That's really light work. I came up with that whole 16 in like maybe 5-10 minutes. So Metro Boomin is now holding a competition saying the best verse over the BBL Drizzy diss beat will get an actual free beat from Metro. Shout out to Metro Boomin.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.